Okay, so we're gonna do our horse stance to middle split slide out. So basically you're gonna go from a horse stance position and then extend your legs out laterally to go into a middle split, but we're gonna use some aids to help us here. So I'm gonna use some yoga blocks to start, but you can also use a bench, and I'll just show you with the yoga block so it's easier to see, and then I'll show you what it looks like with the bench after. So you're gonna place your hands on the block, get nice and close to it, sink your butt low, keep your torso as upright as you can, both feet pointing forward. And from here, what you're gonna work towards doing is starting to extend your legs. As you're doing this, right now I'm on not the most slippery surface, so it's a little difficult to do. So what I'm gonna do is basically just like use my toes to crawl my legs out like this. So I'm gonna just shimmy my legs out as far as I can, keeping my toes pointing forwards. And eventually you'll be able to just start sliding out here. I'll show you some other options. You want to try your best to keep your torso as upright as possible. This is not a very accessible position for me as I'm just starting my journey here too. So it may not look perfect. Just take your time with this. You're gonna feel pretty deep stretch and strengthening in the adductors or the inner thighs. So what you wanna do with that, we're not just trying to be passive. You're gonna be thinking about pushing your feet into the ground. You're gonna think of externally rotating your legs. So think of pointing your knees up towards the ceiling. And you can also apply an anterior tilt to your pelvis, all while trying to maintain this upright posture. So we're here, and then you're just gonna slide back in. So I'm putting the weight into my hands to pull my legs back in. You can go into the horse stance again. You can take breaks if you need to. So again, as upright as possible. We're gonna slide out as far as we can. Hold it for a couple seconds, engage the muscles, pull the legs in, and then come back in, okay? You can do this with a bench. So if you need to be kind of hinged over a little bit more at the beginning, you can even put your forearms on the bench, you can put your hands here to be more upright, and same idea, sliding out and sliding in, okay? To make it a little easier to glide, you probably don't want to be barefoot on a rubber floor. So I'm just using a yoga mat here. Socks on hardwood works really well. Or you can get yourself some of these. These are just furniture sliders. You can place your foot on this. Just make sure that you're in control of the movement. You don't want to slide out too far and make this painful or uncomfortable for yourself with more than it has to be. And just work on that. So use the props that you have. It's going to be pretty tough to do, so just take your time with this. This has to be very gradual. Give it a try.